Everyone, once again, welcome to our talk show. Today, we're going to discuss about a very interesting topic related to soft skills. Sharing with us, there are three special guests. Our first guest, Miss Hannah Dang, psychologist of Human Behavior Institute. The next one, Miss Ming Wing, teacher from University of Technology. Actually, there's one more special guest today, Miss Jenny Hun, head of marketing department of ABC company. But at the moment, she's busy, so maybe she will come late for today. Oh, here she is. Welcome.
Wait, I just left from a meeting, and at the end there was a person. She asked a lot of questions, tough ones. That's why I'm coming late.
Questions in your presentation? How interesting. The topic we're going to talking about today is handling public speaking questions. So let's begin. You all know that making presentations is a huge process. So may I ask you, what is your first step in the process? So let's start with Miss Jenny Hun.
Firstly, I think we should brainstorm any possible questions. It would be better if you can make a list, walk through your talk, particularly the more challenging parts. It could make a long time to cover all the questions, so to save time, we could select some key questions which focus on your topic. I think the next step should be developing the clear answer. After making a list of questions, you should try to think of the answer for them, take note, and then you practice answering them. You may need to do a bit more research, for example, to get solid data to back up your claim.
Absolutely. And in your point of view as a psychologist, what do you think about preparation for a presentation?
Yeah, I think prepare well is very important for you because if you have good preparation, it makes you more confident. You can answer all the questions of the audience easily, and also by preparing the question, you can consolidate your knowledge on the topic.
So we have gone through the preparation, and now let's discuss about when to take questions. Miss Jenny Huang, having many years of delivering public speaking, so could you tell your ideas about this?
Usually, I start with the Q&A section at the end of the presentation. It is easier for the speakers and also for the audience. Yes. Moreover, you can close the talk at the local time for not taking more questions. For example, you can say, sorry, we ran out of time. I think the Q&A session just lasts about 5 to 20 minutes. Another option, you can get your audience contact you electrically. For example, you can give them an email on visiting card and ask them to give questions clearly so they can receive clearer explanation. For me, as a teacher, I always have to answer my student questions. So I think a potentially more powerful method is allow people to ask questions on the fly. This method requires a more assured and confident speaker who can smoothly answer the question and then continue unruffled with the talk. But a problem with a good question is that they will eat in time in unpredictable manners. Again, a more comfortable speaker will manage questioners and then change their presentation so that it still flows and completes well on time.
So I can see that when the topic is very new to the listener, you have to let them interrupt your speaking and ask questions so that they can check for their understanding, right?
Yes, the person who takes the question on the fly must be skillful at handling questions properly. Um, as a teacher, I in a limited time, just 50 minutes, I have to give all the knowledge of my lesson and answer all my student questions. It's so tough.
So taking question on the fly, I think is a very difficult issue. Yeah, the presenter have to have both the ability and the time management skill, right?
Yes.
So, and in your opinion, as a psychologist, what do you think about the Q&A section?
No. Yeah, I totally agree with on your idea, but I think after each lesson, you should have a balance between paying attention at the end and on the fly in order to you can control the time and stop some session within the presentation and ask for the questions.
So, by doing that way, you can help the audience to keep everything in the mind, and then they can give some interesting questions, right?
Yeah, it helps the audience can understand the topic and
Clearly. Okay.
clearly.
According to you on, we have 4 points of time to set up our Q&A sections. The first one is at the end, the second afterwards, on the fly, and the final one is after each section. So now when the Q&A sections come into reality, so how can you take the questions from the audience?
First and foremost, you have to listen carefully to the questions of audience. Firstly, you have to listen all of their words. Also, watch their body language. In addition, you have to catch all the content and emotions of the audience. In addition, you should give them time to think because some people have immediate questions while others take time to formulate questions, and a way of giving them time is to spoke and give space in order to the audience can have a lot of time to think and consider the question. This encourages them to contribute more questions.
And moreover, I think that giving the audience time to think of their question, to finish their question, is a way to show their respect. It's a crucial manner that a presenter should have.
And after hearing the question, the next step is repeating the question. Yeah, repeating. Unless the questioner is not past the microphone, many other people will not have heard the question, which makes the answer meaningless to them. Repeating the question also lets you check that you have hear them correctly. And this is best done paraphrasing the question and simplifying it, because many people use a lot of words to ask a simple question.
Yeah, I agree. Because when I was in high school, when I want to ask my teacher about something, I just cannot express my full idea, and I just use a lot of words. And then my teacher repeated my questions, and it made me feel really relieved. So before giving the answer, you have to decide what kind the question is, so that you can have the appropriate way to give the answer to the audience. Miss Kellingwick, during your lessons, what kinds of questions do your students usually ask you?
I usually meet the banal question because my student usually didn't pay attention in my lesson. As a teacher, I can criticize them, but when you are in a formal environment, you must show the questioner the respect and then give them your brief and clear answer. And the second type of question, the off-topic question, is not uncommon to be asked about something entirely unrelated to the presentation, especially you are known for other matters, such as having you have written a book on a different topic. Again, it's normal to be respectful and answer the question, but just a brief answer. As you know, some questions may test the speaker knowledge and can't be answered clearly. So, what will you do in this situation? I suggest you should say something like this. It's a tricky question, but I'll try my best to answer it. And sometimes you can get critical comment. When this happens, you remember that you shouldn't get angry and upset. You should simply disagree. You can ask them what they mean, or you can ignore it and answer the comment as if it were a question. It's not always easy for you to handle on the question. Sometimes the questioner may try to keep on asking you. You should know their motive, whether they want to be a personal attack or they ask a question. And you should offer them an afterward appointment and move to the next question. One of the most difficulties is handling aggression. This skill is very important. When the questioners disagree with your answer, you shouldn't get into a fight with them. Respond politely and wait until they stop, then just move on.
So far, we have discussed all the aspects of handling public speaking questions. And according to the experiences of the special guests, we can point out some helpful tips. First of all, be prepared for questions and then make it clear at the start. You should set up the Q&A section before you start your presentation. And when taking questions, you should listen carefully and thank the questioner. And then repeat the question. This one will check your understanding and the questioner's understanding. Answer the question to everyone, not only to the questioners, and keep it simple. Answer straight to the point. Don't say anything you know that it is not correct, and then be the leader of the presentation. You are the one who conducted, not the one who will be affected by the questions of the audience. We hope that our tips will help you in your future presentation. That's the end of our talk show today. Thank you for your attending. All of your sharing will be appreciated.
그만큼 더겠지 오늘 밤도 길겠지 분위기 타겠지 졸졸 따라올 테지 난 참 바쁜 girl I'll welcome you to my world to anything